Hey, welcome to the summer or winter if you're in the southern hemisphere roundup of some of the best scientific discoveries and top news stories that happened in June, July and August. So let's begin. This summer we have been amazed by this green creature which turned out to be a ribbon worm. 3D printed objects by growing them out of a liquid bath. Witnessed an amazing sunset as Venus and Jupiter put on a light show. Found if you artificially recreate happy memories, it can combat depression. Developed a vaccine for post-traumatic stress disorder. Snapped some photos of the earliest stars in the universe. Proposed that black holes are harmless holograms. That you can unripen bananas with rice and a hairdryer. Confirmed that the next mass extinction has begun. Come across the body part which detects magnetic fields. Discovered that intermittent fasting could be good for your health. Started using a humane shark repellent. Shown that feeling cold is particularly linked to your state of mind. Tasted our vision as the FDA approved tech which allows blind people to see with their tongues. Found that wearing fitness tracking technology has bad psychological impacts. Seen that the moon jellyfish shuffle their body parts around until they achieve symmetry. Developed the world's most lifelike robotic hand. Found that blood proteins can predict Alzheimer's. Been amazed as Google's AI started dreaming and then showed us. Found that brain cells break their own DNA to form new memories. Discovered physical differences in empathetic people's brains. Created a new single-dose malaria treatment. Snapped photos of star clusters. Stumbled across the 40,000-year-old human's great-great Neanderthal grandparents. Developed smart insulin patches. Discovered that meditation affects male and female brains differently. Discovered an extra DNA base. Watched a mind-reading computer write words from someone's brain. Created a laser device that detects malaria in 20 seconds. Developed a self-healing aeroplane wing. Discovered fish in New Jersey which have teeth like humans. Stumbled across a planet that thinks it's a comet. Shown that some coral are already adapted to warmer oceans. Discovered coral in the Red Sea and it looks incredible. Being amazed again as Google's AI says that being immortal is having a child. Trialed lab-grown blood in the UK. Seen a monster black hole awaken after 26 years of slumber. Built artificial neurons that mimic brain functions. Activated the gene that reverses colon cancer in mice in just 4 days. Confirmed that a giant plasma tube is floating above the Earth in the magnetosphere. Created a revolutionary spray that stops bleeding. Shown that brain synapses only last as long as your memories do. Predicted the existence of a liquid as thin as graphene. Created a hologram which you can touch using powerful lasers. Developed a simple memory test that can predict Alzheimer's 18 years before diagnosis. Conducted a study into whether men and women use different cells to process pain. Discovered a new fundamental property about light which connects quantum spin to light. Found out that a flatworm reproduces by injecting sperm into its own head. Seen a bizarre sinkhole in the Rosetta Comet. Announced that Dubai are going to print the world's office buildings. Created a computer that runs on water droplets. Developed a mathematical formula for long-lasting relationships. Seen a single-celled organism evolve an eye. Created fully implantable artificial pancreases which deliver insulin as needed. Seen United Airlines run a commercial plane on poop. Conducted a study which suggests having access to nature might be crucial to mental health. Seen an ex-NASA scientist invent a device that stops you texting while driving. Created a metal box that can block out magnetic fields. Taken the closest images of Pluto and it has a strange dotted line on it. Frozen an atom near to absolute zero. Hypothesized that there might be fewer galaxies than we thought. Discovered why the flu vaccine triggers narcolepsy. Made an experimental greenhouse which could grow strawberries underwater. Made a new kind of car tire which converts friction to usable energy. Potentially created a cystic fibrosis treatment that could start treating people within 5 years. Created a new protein that could halt age-related memory loss. Found out that playing Tetris can reduce emotional trauma. Seen Pluto reveal its true colours. Undercovered a 13th century wreck from when Mongolia tried to invade Japan. Reintroduced lions to Rwanda. Revealed 5 monster black holes. Found a quintuple star system. Shown that anxiety can be inherited from your parents. Constructed molecules using lasers. Discovered a new blood test that can predict breast cancer 5 years before it develops. Conducted a study that suggests not having an education could be life-threatening. Conducted another study that suggests hormones can slow breast cancer. Suggested that depression can damage areas of the brain. Created a new laser breathalyzer that detects cancer. Seen Germany use hydrophobic paint to reflect urine back at you. Designed a new plane that can fly New York to London in 3 hours. Watched IBM create the world's most powerful computer chip. Investigated the possibility of terraforming the moon using robots. Seen Japan accept a giant robot fight challenge from the US. Controlled light waves for the first time. Prepared for New Horizons flyby photo. Developed a better cloaking device. Linked smoking to schizophrenia. Discovered that new fossils could rewrite life on Earth. Found that huge exploding stars could be powered by super strong magnets. Developed an inhalable vaccine for Ebola. Found a new particle at CERN, the pentaquark. Grown a tiny beating heart in a lab. Got the first close-up surface shot of Pluto. Confirmed that buckyballs are in space. Shot an infrared film on a black leopard and found out that they actually have spots. Seen that Boeing patented an engine using lasers and a nuclear reactor. Developed stretchable loudspeakers. Shown that brain damage from depression is reversible. Seen Denmark generate 140% of its power via wind farms. Found out what kind of horror movies are the scariest. Taken photos of Sharon and showed that it has mountains with a moat. Created a robot that passed the self-awareness test. Grown a miniature brain with skin cells. Hypothesized that discovering a massless fermion could revolutionize electronics. Created a new pacemaker for the brain which could be used for mental illnesses. Found a new blood test that can detect early stages of pancreatic cancer. Produced a survey that says people don't actually want self-driving cars. Seen a rock worth $5.4 trillion fly by Earth. Found a bacteria that makes zero viscosity superfluids. Inserted large DNA sequences into mammalian cells. Developed a pill which allows celiacs to eat gluten. Created a tiny device which allowed drugs to be delivered into the brain wirelessly. Developed a test that can predict Alzheimer's before other symptoms. Created a new drug which treats depression within 24 hours. Figured out how to make solar panels produce fuel as well as electricity. Heard NASA fund a study to put a base on the moon. Had a British man with the first bionic eye transplant. Conducted trials that show promising for a universal flu vaccine. Found that disrupted sleep patterns increase risk of breast cancer. Discovered that fossil fuel emissions could mess with radioactive dating. Suggested that saturated fats could reduce the risk of diabetes. Created a new eye drop that can dissolve cataracts without surgery. Released a new report that suggests that dark matter acts like particles found in the 1930s. Developed an app which can detect depression. Been wrong about how the boa constrictor kills this whole time. Create a Wi-Fi chip that could save your phone power. Started building the world's largest radio telescope. Conducted a study that finds that sleep almost doubles your chance of remembering something. Discovered an iron-based compound that demonstrates superconductivity. Heard talks about an Apple self-driving car. Declared that Africa is now free of wild polio. Tested hydrogen sulfide and it smashes the superconductivity record. Found that hot chilies could help you fight obesity. Grown a human brain that is the same as a 5-week-old fetus. Created a new smart drug that actually fights narcolepsy but could make ordinary people smarter. Seen how Google is releasing Google Sunroof to show you how much solar energy is hitting your house. Found that working long hours is connected to a high risk of stroke. Seen the UK start to trial an electric charging road on a motorway. Created a magnetic wormhole in a lab. Confirmed the existence of cosmic neutrinos. Seen IBM develop a chip inspired by the brain that performs 46 billion operations a second. Found the metabolic master switch. Found a spider that hunts down malaria-riddled mosquitoes. Developed a 3D printer that prints in 10 different materials. Had new images from Hubble. Developed a new laser technology that can detect brain tumours during surgery. Found a way to make cancer cells grow normally again. Developed the world's first crash-proof filing system for a computer. And found new particles at the LHC that defies the standard model. And finally, confirmed quantum spookiness with the first ever loophole-free experiment. And that is it, finished, finito. The top stories of the last 3 months. I have a list of hundreds more that didn't make it into this video, otherwise it would have been maybe 20 minutes long if you're interested, so check that out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Toodaloo.